qualifying. Don't expect to see anything too exciting for qualifying, but appreciate you jumping in here with us. Alright. Alright, so what we'll have here is we'll have RV up here on the top. If you haven't been here before, we'll have RV up on the top. We'll jump around from one view to the other throughout the different drivers, try to get some action throughout the field. Bottom right hand corner is going to be a view from Skewy. He's got his feet up, and the bottom left hand is going to be Rogue. So we're in heat 2. Skewy's also in heat 2, and then we'll have Rogue's view from heat number 1. Looks like they're still getting loaded up over there. So but we'll just kind of watch qualifying here, see if we can get some lap times off the screen here. So I think what you're going to see here, Durango. So traditionally the groove has been up on the top here, but we've seen some guys finding a little bit of groove on the bottom here lately. So we'll see if anybody can find anything here tonight. But usually you're going to be, like, if you're looking at Skewy's view right here from behind him down that bottom right hand corner, you can see him up there in that dark, just kind of in the light stuff. And then you want to be up close to the wall down the straightaways, and that seems to be the best line here at Durango. Seems to be the fastest line, at least it has been. But have seen some guys making that bottom work, so we'll see if we see that tonight. See if this turns into a two groove track. We'll just jump these drivers here in qualifiers. Hayden's been running really well, so Hayden's sitting in 4th right now in the WRS point standings, and he is down in 8th in the traveling series. He missed a few races. He only ran 16 out of the 22 races in the traveling series, but he's still in the top 10. I didn't see Dowdy in here tonight, and he's right ahead of him in the points, so he maybe move up a spot. So we'll see who else is through the field. Kyle, we talked about Kyle earlier. He's sitting 4th in the traveling series. No wins yet, but he does have a couple podiums, and has been pretty consistently up in the top 5. What else we have in here? We got Spider. Spider's been improving, getting a little bit better week to week. He's way down in the points. He's down about 19th in the traveling series, but you can see him improving each week, getting closer to the front. Let's see what he does here tonight, Durango. Styles. Look, I don't know what to say about Styles. Styles is Styles. He'll be good. Styles will be really good. He tends to make a mistake every once in a while, so he runs really well. He'll be up towards the front, but if he can just clear up those mistakes, I think you might see him up in victory lane here in one of these races coming up. You can see down the bottom left-hand corner, so we've got Rogue's view down there from heat race number 1. They're qualifying, so we're looking at lap times. Let's see here. Neither Rogue or Skewy have their lap times up for us, so we'll just kind of have to watch them run. You can see both of them running that top line. Just about everybody up on top. Here's Jamie. Jamie here in heat number 2, getting his qualifying laps in. Jamie's sitting 5th in the traveling series and 6th in the WRS series. He's got 1 win to his name. I can't remember what that was. I think it might have been Charlotte that he won out. I remember watching that one. So he's ran only a handful of the traveling. Oh, he actually made all 22 races in the traveling series. I spoke wrong there. He's but does have 1 win, 4 podiums. So let's see what he can do here tonight, Durango. I expect him to do pretty well. You can see him running that bottom right here in qualifying. And if anybody's going to make that bottom work, it's Jamie. We ran a race with him earlier in the CRS League at I-19. He kind of showed us a new groove there, so I think if anybody's going to find a new groove, it might be Jamie. So we'll see what he does here. Alright, they're loading heat number 2's finished their qualifying, and they're loading into their lobby. We'll see if we can get some lap times from them there. So we'll jump over to the big screen here. So BH also been running really well. Ran with him as well early in that race at I-19. He finished 3rd, 4th right behind us, so he had a good run for BH. We've seen him also stepping up and having some good runs here lately. So it looks like we've got 7 cars in heat race number 2. So we'll jump over here, see if we can get some times. They're loading in the lobby deep at WRS, so appreciate everybody being here. We found our new favorite drink in the whole wide world, it's Liquid Death. Maybe they can Maybe somebody from Liquid Death will see the stream and give us a follow, but really loving this stuff. All right, so we've loaded into the lobby here with heat race number 2. BH on the pole for this. A good lap there to 13.569. Skewy going to be in the outsider heat number 2 with a 5.99. Third, Kyle Mini with a 6. Really close lap times here. You can look back from first all the way back into the top 5 is really just about what? 5/600ths of a second. So it's going to be a tight field here. See if anybody can find a way around. Like I said, the top's usually the place to be. So we will... Looks like they're loading into heat race number 2. We'll jump over there. Heat race number 1, you got Goonies with a 5:40. That's the fastest lap time we've seen tonight. So it's going to be Goonie Rogue. Let's see where we'll load this up here with the big screen. There we go. So Goonies, Rogue, and Adams, the top 3 in a lineup on heat race number 1. Here we are in heat race number 2. We'll jump over to the big screen here for the start of this. Turn that webcam off. You don't even want to look at me. Here we go. We'll get a view here from the front. BH on the pole. Skewy up on the outside. So we'll see if BH can find a line. He can get it. Oh, Skewy with a great run there on the top. It's not going to let BH slide up in front of him. They're going to be side by side here for one lap. Skewy going to get that run up on the top. Here comes Kyle Maney and Jamie down on the bottom underneath BH. Looks like maybe Styles back there in that 5th position. Good run here from Skewy. Here we got to give you a beat. So Jamie down there trying to work that bottom. Hayden right there with him. So we've got Skewy, BH, Kyle, Jamie, and Hayden all right here together. Let's look at Jamie down there on that bottom trying to make something work. Oh, I see a little contact over here. It looks like Jamie might have reset there. He looks like he might have slid up and had to reset the car. I don't see him in the picture anymore. Just jump over. We can jump over to this view here. We can see. There we go. All right, here's this fight for second with Kyle and BH. Skewy out in front. BH to do a good job holding that second position. Kyle right there behind him. Hayden in 4th. Styles now in 5th. Jamie must have... I think Jamie had a problem. He fell back. He looks like he's out of this picture here, but it looks like we got a good run here for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Skewy's got separated himself out by about 5 or 6 car lengths here. Kind of left these guys to fight it over for the 2nd place position. Look down the bottom left-hand corner, you can see a view from heat race number 1, and it's Goonies out there in front with Rogue right behind him. Just kind of falling right in his tire tracks, just hoping he makes a little bit of mistake. You see Goonies catch the wall just a little bit. See if that slows him down enough to let Rogue get a run on him. He does. He gets up underneath of him down there. But he's going to have to fall in behind him. It's a tough track to pass on here at Durango. But if you look over back at heat race number 2, on another view, you got Kyle up on the outside of BH. Little contact there between the two of them. Kyle's going to hold on to that 2nd position. BH going to drop down to the bottom. And then Hayden's going to throw his hat into the ring here, and he's going to slide up in front of both of them, make it a 2 for slider here. But Kyle's going to cut back up underneath them. BH now trying to get underneath Hayden here for 3rd, so 3 cars here fighting for 1 position, 1 spot here for 2nd. Meantime, Skewy's just kind of driving away from him. Kyle's now going to sit on that 2nd position. Hayden's going to run around that top side and take that 3rd position away from BH, leave him back there in 4th. We're looking at Skewy, Kyle, Hayden, BH here, your top 4, and it looks like Styles still holding on to that 5th position. Just hoping somebody makes a mistake. It looks like Hayden's getting a good run here on Kyle. Let's see if he's got anything left for him. We've got about how many laps we got left to go. I can't see it. This last lap right here. Hayden with a big dive up underneath Kyle. They're going to slide up in front of him. Oh, nice, parks it right on his nose. That's not going to let Kyle cross over him, and it's going to be Hayden taking that 2nd position, so it's going to be Skewy, Hayden, Kyle, and BH is going to be the top 4 with Kyle there in 5th, or Styles in 5th, sorry. It looks like Jamie ended up in 6th. We're going to see if we can jump over and catch a little bit of this. Let's see if we can catch this view from heat race number 1. So that was heat race number 2. We just walked Hayden with a last lap pass on Kyle there for 2nd. Just nice little slide job. It looks like what he didn't really even slide all the way up in front of him. And Kyle kind of anticipated start to dive down, but Hayden kind of parked in the middle and kind of ran right in the back of him. So good move there from Hayden. Take that 2nd position. We'll look over at the screen here. We've got all right, so we'll see if we can get a full feed here from Let's see if we can bring this screen up. Here we go. There we go. So there's our first heat race results. It's going to be Goonies, Rogue, and Maniac, the top three in heat race number 1. So we're going to jump over to the A main now. No B main tonight, not enough cars. So we'll jump over to the chat here with them. So let's go and put Goonies on the pole. Skewy up on the outside. Skewy got a great run off that outside in the start of that heat race. So see if he can do the same thing here in the main. All right. DRSN Sim News, Dirt Racing Sim News, DRSN Dirt Race, whatever. Dirt Race Sim News. So, Discord channel we put together, kind of keep track of all the league events that are going on, keep track of results for everybody. If you see our link in the link to the Discord, there'll be an invite in there in our profile if you haven't been in there before. Well, we're also got a YouTube channel. We've been putting up some videos, recaps of some races and some highlights. So jump on over there if you want to go back and look at some of these races. We're getting lined up here to see where we're at. So let's jump over and see if I can get this right for a change here. So we're WRS World of Outlaw Revival Series running UMP modifieds tonight at Durango Park and then Kokomo. We're just getting into the A feature here at Durango. Where are we at in this schedule here? There we go. All right. So we're actually in week number 6. So as we looked earlier, Johnny and GD leading up. Johnny, GD, Rogue, your top 3 in the point standings here at WRS, but neither Johnny or GD running tonight. And Rogue is 133 points, so he might not take the lead from Johnny here tonight, but he's definitely going to jump over GD for that second position. All right, so they are getting lined up here right now. We've got Goonies on the pole. Let's see if we can bring up. Well, there's the lineup for you right there. So GD's just hosting the lobby. He's not really there, so Goonies going to be on the pole. Skewy outside the front row. Rogue and Hayden going to occupy row number 2. Maniac and Kyle in row number 3. Kyle's starting in the 7th position inside of row number 4. BH on the run is going to start outside of Kyle there in the 4th row inside of row number 5. Or excuse me, starting in the 9th position inside of row number 5 is going to be JNC. And then I don't have the view of anybody back from that, so all I've got is the top 10 for your starting positions. All right, so we will find the lobby here. All right. All right, we got about 10 seconds. They're loading in right now, so we'll get jumping in here in just a second. So 40 laps at Durango Park here for WRS. Goonies and Skewy. I think the favorite here has got to be Skewy to get a jump out here on the start of this. I think I might have joined this too soon here. We might have to jump back out here. All right, let's get back into the lobby here. As they're loading up. Goonies and Skewy on the front row. Should be a good start. I really expect Skewy to get a good run unless somehow Goonies can get enough momentum on the bottom to slide up in front of him. And we'll go over to the big screen here once we get loaded in. There's our starting lineup for the 40 laps at Durango. Back here in the back, Jamie had an incident there in that heat. He had to reset, so it's going to put him way back to this thing and see if he can make some ground up. Hatchet, Spider, and BRFD bringing up the back of the field here. All right, let's get to the front cam here. Goonie's going to get a good start. Goonie's going to slide down the bottom to see if he can get enough momentum to slide up in front of Skewy. He's going to give it a shot. He's going to be able to, he's just going to clear that front bumper of Skewy, and it's going to be Goonies leading down into turn 3 and 4. Skewy with a good run off the top. They're trying to get up underneath him. Let's see if he tries to slide going into one on lap number 2. There you go, Skewy with a big slide. It's going to be Skewy, Goonies, and Rogue, your top 3. Let's flip back over here to the tri-screen. You can see what's going on there. So we change cameras. So Goonies and Skewy now the top 2. It looks like Rogue right there in 3rd. Kyle there side by side with Kyle ghosting out a little bit there on Rogue. You can kind of see got a little bit of desync in the game right there. So it's going to be... Oh! Alright, looks like they're gonna re-rack this here. So they had a technical difficulty, had somebody get disconnected, so they're gonna start this over again. We're gonna got a crash fest going on. Goonies was able to jump out in the front there. I don't think he's gonna be happy with that restart because he was able to get a good jump in front of Skewy. Let's see if he can hold that line there with Skewy's gonna be a tough guy to hold behind you here at Durango. Ran a lot of laps here with him, and we'll jump back over where they're getting lined back up. So just a little delay. They're gonna have to restart. So we'll just recap here a little bit. So WRS here at Durango. Got the heat races over with. Your heat race winners were Goonies and Skewy, and they're starting on the front row here for the main event. I can hear my voice in the background. Somebody's got me going in the stream. Appreciate you being there. Appreciate it. All right, so we'll jump out. All right, so they're getting loaded back up. And let's see where we're back. See if we can recap. I'm too old to remember what the lineup was, so we'll jump back in there. So it's going to be Goonies and Goonies. It's Goonies on the Skewy on the front row. This Rogue and Hayden in row number 2. Maniac and Kyle going to occupy row number 3. K. Adams starting 7th position. Inside of row number 4 with BH on the run. Outside of him, JNC starting 9th. And that's all I got. So I got you the top 10. Appreciate you, Styles. Appreciate you being in there. So we're getting ready to start the main event for the first main tonight with WRS here at Durango Park, 40 laps. Had a good start there. Had to re-rack them. Somebody did get disconnected, a little technical difficulty. So most leagues will do that. If one guy get out, they'll have one restart at least, and then kind of go after that. So if you're lucky, you're the one guy who gets disconnected, not the second one. All right. So let's see who got the lobby here. So it looks like it's going to go to Goonies. So we will wait. I guess it was Kyle that lagged out. He had a pretty bad connection in the heat race. He was ghosting next to Rogue there. So hopefully he can stay hanging on there. He is up there in the points. Let's see if he can finish this race here and maybe move up in the traveling series just a little bit. All right. So it looks like they're getting loaded in. We will load in there with them. All right, I don't have... Yeah, I've only got a couple different people streaming, so we've only got Knight and Skewy streaming, so we'll just have our full view up on top. Rogue down the bottom left. All right, so it looks like we might have got a random player in here at the last second. Let's see if he actually gets loaded in. So we might have to re-rack this again. Looks like we got maybe a random player got jumped in there and they missed it and didn't get him kicked out. So appreciate y'all being here. We'll get this one rolling here eventually. All right, so it looks like we're going to re-rack again. So we're going to have a little crash fest here, a little fun, get some aggression out. And they're gonna restart one more time. Oh, we got Skewy flying through the air. All right. They're testing me tonight. See how I can fill time. Not one of my strong points, but we'll WRS once again here at Durango. Where's Kiwi at to give me a hard time for saying once again? Let's see here. Oh, sorry, just reading a couple things. So I'm going to go over the points again. So WRS are starting week number 6. Leading the points is Johnny, GD, Rogue. Somehow I left myself in the lobby and got loaded in here. There we go. Hayden, Kyle, Jamie, the top 6 right now in the WRS Traveling Series. But Johnny and GD stepping out tonight. Between the two of them, they had 7 wins out of the first 10 races. So I guess they're just being generous and going, here, somebody else take a chance here. So Rogue and Jamie both with the wins in this league, and looks like Rogue's going to at least jump in, but in a second into points after this in the Traveling Series. Lost the points for the Traveling Series. Where'd they go? Oh, here we go. So the Traveling Series is GD, Rogue, and Johnny. So I think GD's still going to hold on to the point lead after tonight. I don't think Rogue's going to earn enough points to take the lead from him, even with GD not running. But Kyle probably will jump up into third over Johnny, so we'll just pull this up here real quick. You can see what I'm looking at. How's that? There we go. There's the Traveling Series points right now. GD, Rogue, Johnny, Kyle, Jamie. So let's see if we're getting loaded in here. All right, so we got about 8 seconds to go. Who's got the lobby? Jamie's got the lobby. Let's find it here real fast so we make sure we get in there this time. And it's going to be the third time's the charm. All right, here we go. All right, so bottom left-hand corner is going to be view from Rogue. He's starting in third position. Skewy up on the outside of the front row. We got his view down on the bottom. We got a main view. We'll jump around, try to find some action. Most of these races have been so tight up front, it's kind of hard to look back through the field to find anything because you just don't want to get away from the battles that are going on for the top 3, top 4 positions. So it looks like they're loading in. Hopefully we load in with them here. We will jump over to the front view here. We have the big screen, so here we go. Let's see if Goonies can get back up in front of Skewy like he did the first time. He's got way down at the bottom. That's going to give him a good run up onto the top, going down the back straightaway. Let's see how much momentum Skewy has. See if he can get back up underneath him, going to 3. He's going to do it. Goonie's going to get up in that marbles. It's going to cost him a bunch of spots. Skewey's going to take the lead, and Hayden's now going to slide up into second. You can see way down on the bottom, we've got Kyle, Rogue, all fighting in this position. So it's Hayden's now worked his way up to second. And Goonies, after that first restart earlier, he had a little contact there. Kyle, Goonies getting into the fence. Goonies is restarting, so that's going to take him out of this race. He had a good run going earlier. Let's see if we get back up to the front. Goonies had a good start of that first lineup, and then they had to restart, so he's going to pay for that one. So it's going to be Skewy and Hayden out in front. It looks like Maniac has worked his way up into third. And it looks like Rogue, I think it's Rogue for fourth, and Kyle here in that 5th position. We'll jump back over to the view. You can see Skewy down the bottom right-hand corner. Just got clean air in front of him with a lead. Rogue trying to chase down Maniac for that 3rd position. We're sitting here looking at Kyle, Styles, and can't tell who that is behind him. Maybe Jamie trying to working his way up through here. A little shot from Adams back here in about 6th or 7th position. BH trying to work his way up. I think BH started up towards the front. He must have had a problem because he is way out in the back now, trying to work his way up through the field. Jamie, after having problems in the heat race, trying to work his way up as well. It looks like he's trying to get up underneath Styles, and I'm not sure who that 19 car is, but he's working his way up to making that bottom work. We said earlier, if anybody's going to make that bottom work, it's going to be Jamie, and it looks like he's doing it. So we get back up towards the front here. It looks like Goonies is parked there for the night. That's a shame. He had a really good start in that first one. Kind of got caught in the wrong place there and ended up in the fence, and he's out of this one tonight, so maybe he'll come back for Kokomo. We'll find out. But in the meantime, we've got Skewy and Hayden out in front. Rogue now trying to get up in Maniac for third. He's going to slide up in front. Maniac going to cross back up underneath. He's going to slide back up in front of Rogue going into turn number 1. And we've got Rogue, Maniac, and Kyle all right here fighting for that third position. It looks like Rogue's going to settle up on top. I don't think it's going to be enough momentum to get by him here, so I think Rogue's going to complete this pass, and he's going to set his sights on, whatever you want to say, trying to run down Hayden for that second position. I think that's going to free Rogue up for sure. I think it's going to leave Maniac and Kyle back there fighting for fourth. Once they start putting slides on each other, it's going to let Rogue get a little more separation, so we'll jump back. In the meantime, Hayden has run Skewy down. We didn't see what happened there, but he had about a 7 or 8 car length lead, and now Hayden's worked his way right up onto the back bumper. Maybe Skewy must have caught the wall down the straightaway or something like that. It's pretty easy to do here at Durango, and it really scrubs off a lot of speed when you do it. Hayden putting a lot of pressure on Skewy here to see if we can force him into a mistake. We're 14 laps into this 40-lap event. Hayden appears to be the faster car here. Let's see if he can make something work. Let's see if he's patient. You know, he's going to take a look up underneath, kind of try that groove, about a half groove down off the cushion there. Here we go. He's going to go for a slide here. He's going to slide up, nice little slide up in front of Skewy. Skewy crosses back over. Looks like they orchestrated that one right there. That was a nice little dance. So Skewy and Hayden here fighting for the lead. Rogue second, back in that third position. We'll jump as soon as these guys stop sliding each other. We'll jump back a little bit. Here goes Hayden again. He's going to take another look. You can see him setting that slide up, going into the corner. He's not going to clear it this time. They're going to make a little bit of contact. Skewy up in the wall. Hayden backs out, gives him that spot back. Nice little clean right move right there. Hayden didn't quite have it cleared, made a little contact, but he backed off, gave him the spot back, so he settled back into that second position. I'm sure that let Rogue gain a little bit of ground on him, but he's working his way up to him slowly. If they get into a battle up here, you see Rogue sneak into this fight. Maybe it's going to be a 3-car fight here before it's over. We're about halfway through, but 19 laps down right now. Let's go back here in 4th and 5th. It's Maniac and Kyle here for 4th and 5th position right now. Kyle just kind of settled in right behind him, not trying to do anything. And who is that right behind him there? We scroll through the field. Looks like that JNC. That is JNC has worked his way up into the 6th position, trying to catch Maniac and Kyle here, see if he can get it, move up into the field here a little bit. So our lineup right now is Skewy, Hayden, Rogue, Maniac, Kyle, your top 5, with JNC here in the 6th position. And it looks like it might be Jamie there in 7th, Styles, K. Adams, about your top 8. Jamie's made some ground up after having to start way in the back after the problems in the heat race, but he's just not quite getting there. Looks like we got a few guys that are parked at Goonies and BRFD, so we'll get back up for the lead. Skewy's been able to put some separation there on Hayden after they made a little contact, and Hayden backed off and gave him the spot back. It looks like he's got about 8 or 9 car length lead. Actually, Hayden might be falling back to the rose clutches. In the meantime, Maniac and Kyle and JNC are all making up some ground on the road there for that 3rd position, so we might get a 4 or 5 car battle here for that 2nd and 3rd position here pretty soon if this keeps up. I'll jump over to the big screen here for a minute. Most of these cars, everybody's kind of single filed out right here. JNC fighting back there with Kyle, looks like. Let's see if he can make something work. Kyle kind of twitchy right there, getting into the corner. Might have scrubbed off a little bit of speed to see if it gives JNC a chance to slide him going down into turn number 3. I'm just taking a guess. It might be 1. I can't tell. Oh, it was 3. Good guess. All right. So JNC just all over the back bumper. Kyle here for the 5th position. He's going to try to dive underneath them. You can kind of see him setting that up. Nice little slide up there in front. Kyle crosses him back over. It's really hard to complete a slide job here at Durango without losing so much momentum and lets that guy cross over. Let's get back up here towards the front. We'll scroll through here a little bit, see where everybody's at. Kind of everybody's single filed out like we said earlier. Styles back there about the 7th or 8th position. White boy running in here, running clean. Jamie trying to work his way up. It looks like Jamie might have worked his way up to 6th. I thought I saw JNC out there in front of him. Skewy into the wall right there. We just kind of flipped over just in time to see that. You can see all that ground that Hayden gained on him there. For that contact on the wall, that loses a lot of momentum here. Durango's just a big momentum track. You're just running this top groove, all the momentum you can keep up. You scrub off any speed like that, and somebody's going to run you down. You can see Hayden's made up a lot of ground here on Skewy. Skewy's slowing down a little bit more there, it looks like, because they're coming up into some lap traffic. It looks like it might be Spidey and maybe Hatchet up there in front of them, as we are on lap 32. Lap 32 of 40 here. Just starting the 33rd lap right now, and Hayden, looks like the lap cars got down out of the way for him. At least one of them did. Skew's been leading us pretty much from the start. Goonies had a little bit of a lead when they started, but had a little bit of contact there on about the second lap and ended up falling out of the race. Rogue here sitting in his third position. He's just hoping when these guys make a mistake, they start fighting up here, and it's going to let Rogue catch up to him. Let's get back up here to the front. Scroll through all the cars again just to get where I want to go. There we go. You can see Hayden is kind of, the nose kind of peeking into the picture there. Never a three-car battle here for the lead with Skewy, Hayden, and Rogue. We got three different views of it here. Right now we've got, anything happens, we should have it covered, I think, here. So we are 4 laps left to go. Skewy's been leading most of this race, but Hayden putting a lot of pressure on him. I think Hayden's going to try a slide job here in a minute. Let's see if that works out for him. It could be a mistake if he goes down to the bottom. Looks like Rogue now going to be up underneath Hayden down here. Hayden into the fence. Rogue slides up in front of Hayden for that second position. Let's see if Hayden can cross back over. He's going to do it. He's going to cross back over, and here comes Rogue back at him. This is just letting Skewy get away a little bit. Get on this battle for second here. Hayden's going to try to get back at him. You can see him down underneath. He's going to try to slide up again, but I don't think he's going to have the momentum to do it. A little bit of contact. Hayden backs out of it, settles back into third. And it's Skewy, Rogue, and Hayden now as we're coming up on the white flag. Lap 39, white flag. Skewy starting his last lap right now. Just crossed the flag stand. 1 to go. Rogue has made up a lot of ground here on Skewy in this last lap. He's going to try a big... Skewy going to go down the bottom to block off that slider. Rogue's not going to have enough momentum to do anything with it. Oh, as they come to the line, it's going to be Skewy by about a half a car length. Rogue right there up underneath them. Hayden settles into third. Maniac fourth. Kyle Mania is going to be fifth. Jamie, JNC, Styles, Adams, and Whiteboy going to round out the top 10. Really good run for Jamie coming from the back after having troubles in the heat race. He got all the way back up to 6th. But a good Rogue, I think Rogue might have been the fastest car on the track. I think we'll see that when we get to the lobby and see the fastest lap times, because he made up a lot of ground on those two when they got to racing. But he's going to have to settle for second. Skewy wins that race by just 0.08 of a second. Yes, I had a hard time saying hundreds for some reason, but so it's Skewy, Rogue, Hayden, Maniac, Kyle are your top 5. Another top 5 for Kyle. That should help him out quite a bit with the points. We will jump over to another lobby here. All right, we'll jump over to heat race number 2 again. But a good race there. We'll jump out of this lobby here too. All right. So we're going to start qualifying here at Kokomo. So we'll jump over and look at the point standings again real quick. So Rogue finishing second. That's definitely going to move Rogue past GD for second in points. He's you can see here Rogue was sitting in third. He's going to definitely pass GD for second in points. Hayden's probably going to move up quite as well. That 5th place finish for Kyle, such a curious spot there. And looking over at the traveling series, I think Rogue's not gonna get enough points tonight to catch GD, but it's gonna be right there on him. Kyle and Jamie's probably gonna move up as well, so that's gonna be the point standings for tonight. So we just finished up the race at Durango. We're getting ready to move on to Kokomo. Sorry for that. We'll jump over to here real quick. So we're getting ready to jump over to Kokomo here for the qualifying for WRS. They just finished the race at Durango. Good race at Durango. Really good race up front with Skewy, Rogue, and Hayden there at the end. I thought Hayden might have had a shot, but he caught the wall just a little bit, and that kind of cost him. But all right. So it looks like heat race number 1 is loading in. Heat race number 2, we're still waiting. So we'll just go up over to the try screen here. You can just kind of, we'll see if we just pull up, we'll pull Rogue's view up here full once he gets going, then we can adjust some stuff around. All right, we're gonna jump in here at the lobby here with Skewy. So again, both these tracks tonight, primarily the group's gonna be up on top. So we're gonna see some slide jobs. The bigger difference here is Kokomo. Wait a minute. Excuse me. Yeah. Excuse me for that. Kokomo, you're gonna find the groove down towards the bottom. So if we watch Rogue right here, you watch this line he's gonna run. He's gonna run around the top here, kind of get like a swing lap, but he's gonna dive down to the bottom into turn one. You see him down there on the bottom. But you can see 3 and 4, he's going to come up in the top and he's going to cut the bottom of the corner off right here coming off of 4. And that's pretty much the faster line to run. It's a tough line to run when you're racing, but when you're qualifying, it's definitely where you want to be. So let's see if we watch Skewy do the same thing here. So you can see him kind of cutting down to that bottom down there in 3 and 4. Looks like he might be doing the same thing on both ends of the track. But you want to kind of get down to that bottom of that line if you and just make the corners as straight as possible. I think Rogue's one of the better ones I've seen do it here at Kokomo between Rogue and GD, but GD's not running tonight, so if you watch Rogue run this line here at Kokomo, let's see if we can get this up to a full screen for you here. There we go. So if you struggle here at Kokomo, this is the line to run right here. So he's gonna come run this top groove here, get a little bit of a swing lap going to get a good lap time. Dive down to the bottom of 1 and 2, right against that tire. Move the car up. He's gonna go right into 3 and then cut the car down real hard. Right down off the bottom of 4, so he's going to run probably a low 11.1 there. You see it, 11.170 right there. That's a really good lap. We'll see if Skewy's doing the same thing. So we'll look up for lap time for Skewy. Skewy's running 11.32s, so not quite as proficient at that groove as Rogue's showing us here. I think the 11.1 we're seeing right there is going to be right up there at the top of about everybody. So just finishing up qualifying here. What do we got? About 2 more laps of qualifying left in heat number 1 and about 4 laps left in heat number 2. Let's see, I was going to go over to see where Hayden's running, but he's running into the wall. That's what he's doing. He's going to reset so he can get himself 1 more good lap. So best lap I've seen Skewy runs a 11.32. Heat number 1's getting ready to load into their lobby. We'll see where they ended up at, see what kind of lap times we're looking at. That 11.17 we saw from Rogue, I think, is going to be one of the quicker laps we're going to see tonight. Alright, you see me look. I got multiple different views here, so I'm looking at different screens. Alright, so we're getting qualifying wrapped up here at Kokomo with WRS. We'll get into the heat races here real quick. So it looks like both lobbies are loading in, so we look at heat race number 1. As they're getting loaded up, you see that in the bottom left-hand corner. So we were right on the money. It's going to be Rogue with that 11.17. He's got about 0.2 of a second on anybody else in that first heat race. It's Rogue, JNC, Maniac, White Boy, your top 4 in heat race number 1. With Adams going to be starting 5th, BRFD, and that's going to be the 6 cars in heat race number 1. We look over heat race number 2. Fast time was Jamie with 11.187. So it looks like Jamie's got that line down. A little closer lap times, a little faster lap times over in heat race number 2 overall. With Jamie, Kyle, Hayden, Styles, and Skewy, the top 5. Spider-Man's going to line up in 6th position. So the heat races are split up pretty well, but this heat race number 2 looks to be the most competitive. These guys are only separated pretty much by about 0.13 of a second. heat race number 1, a little bigger separation in lap times. I think if Rogue can just jump out in front of that heat race number 1, I don't think anybody's gonna have a view at him for very long. Really appreciate you being here to watch DRSN Dirt Racing Sim News. We're covering the WRS race here. A lot of acronyms are all of a sudden. Covering the WRS race here at Kokomo. We're getting heat races started up right now. So we're going to load in here with heat race number 2. I'm kind of slacking and looking around us up. Hope I don't miss a start here. All right, they're loading in. We're loading in. Let's see if we can. It looks like we might miss the start of it here. So I ended up with Jamie on the pole. This Kyle outside the front row. Jamie got down to that bottom before Kyle could, and he's going to stay down there, and he's going to start getting a little separation here already. Kyle, Hayden, and it looks like maybe BH, they're your 4th place car. Skewy trying to work it. You can see Skewy down the bottom trying to work his way through the field. He started back there in 5th. He's still running 5th. They look over at heat race number 1 on the left-hand side of the screen, and it's Rogue. And it looks like he's got a pretty good lead. If you look up in the mirror, he's already got about maybe a 7 or 8 car length lead over those guys. So we take a look here at heat race number 2. It looks like it's Jamie out in front. And looks like Kyle, Hayden, and BH, I believe that is, in 4th. Sorry, it's Styles. Styles and he's working his way up underneath Hayden for that 3rd position. And he's going to take it away. It's going to be Jamie, Kyle, Styles, and Hayden now your top 4 in heat race number 2. We look down at heat race number 1 in that bottom left-hand corner, and Rogue is still out in front. He's putting a big lead on these guys, so I think he's going to easily win that heat race. We'll focus over here on heat race number 2 because we got a little bit of racing going on here. It looks like Hayden got back by Styles for that 3rd position while I was looking over at the other screen. Skewy still sitting back there in 5th after winning that race at Durango. He's struggling to make up some time. He hits a tire right there. That's going to knock him back just a little bit further, but he's struggling to make up any ground. He started 5th, and he's still running 5th in this heat race here at Kokomo with the WRS. Jamie, Kyle, Hayden, and Styles. Let's see if we can get on that battle for 3rd. Looks like about really the only battle we got going here. Kyle's still there in 2nd. Here we go. Hayden, Styles slides up in front of Hayden, parks it on his nose. We saw Hayden do that earlier in the heat race there at Durango, so he gets a little payback there from Styles. They're crossing back and forth. A good race going on right here for this 3rd position. Here in the heat race here at Kokomo for WRS, it's Hayden and Styles going at it. Meantime, we've got Jamie out in front of this Kyle in 2nd. Looks like Jamie's pretty much settled into the lead here as we are on the last lap. Hayden spins across the line there in 4th. Skewy comes up into 5th, so we look back over. So we're going to call that heat race. Let's see if we can get the results that pop back up on the screen here. So it's going to be Jamie, Kyle, Hayden, Styles, Skewy, and Spider is going to be your heat race number 2. We look over at heat race number 1, and it was Rogue, Maniac coming in 2nd, Adams 3rd, White Boy, JNC, and BRFD is going to be the 6th from heat race number 1. So that is going to be the 12 cars that are going to load up into the main for WRS here at Kokomo. All right, we'll jump over to the heat race here, chat with them. Gotta jump over the Discord, chat back and forth so we know where the hell they're doing and where they're going. So let's see what we can get lined up here. So we got 12 cars starting this race here at Kokomo. We had a few more of the Durango, so it looks like a few guys left. It looked like Goonies I know he had an issue there in that 3rd restart, and he ended up not making this race here at Kokomo. All right, so that was Skewy's first win earlier in this series, in this season of the WRS, which is the initial season. So it's his first win in this league at all. So good win there from Skewy there at Durango. Let's see what he can back it up here at Kokomo. He's going to have to come from a little further back after running 5th in that heat race. All right, so they're getting lined up. So I have a little bit of view from the front and the back here. So we're going to have Rogue start on the pole. We'll have his view, and then we'll pull in Skewy's view. He is going to be towards the back since he finished 5th in that heat race. Looks like Skewy might have shut his stream off, so we might just have the main feed and one view from Rogue. So let's see if we can figure this out here. My guess is if Skewy shut his stream off, he probably left, so. Alright, so it looks like GD is going to throw a view up there for us, so we'll throw his up as well here so we have a little bit something else to watch. Alright, so GD's he's just going to run the back of this, so he'll show us some views from the back of the race. So we'll have views from the front and views from the back here. That's our main view, jumping around wherever we can, so. 40 laps here at Kokomo. It'll be interesting if somebody catches that tire down there on the bottom, which I think is inevitable. Somebody's going to do it. All right. Once again, I'm gonna plug Liquid Death here. Maybe somebody will see me and send me some free Liquid Death. I don't know. I love this stuff. So we got Rogue and Jamie on the front row. Jamie up on the outside. Traditionally, the bottom line is going to get the better start. So it'll be pretty tough for Jamie to get down there and underneath Rogue. You're getting into one. We got Rogue, Jamie, Maniac, and Kyle. That's your top four. Adam starting fifth inside of row number 3. Hayden's in the 6th position. White Boy, Styles, and JNC. That's going to be the top 9. Spider-Man coming in the 10. So that's going to be the 10. I don't see a spot. Hey, did you guys leave a spot for me in there? Okay, all right. All right, so we're loading in. We got a couple seconds. They're loading in right now. So Rogue and Jamie on the front row. Maniac, Kyle. Adams, Hayden. All right, they're loading in. We'll jump in there. All right. Really appreciate you being here to watch this tonight. Joining us with WRS here at Kokomo, 40 laps. 12 cars for 40 laps. It's going to be tough for it to be anybody but Rogue or Jamie here. Whoever gets to the front first, I think, is going to win this. We'll see if we can catch some good racing somewhere throughout the field here. Our field definitely whittled down from where they started earlier tonight. All right, here we go. We get to the front of this. I'd really like to have this front view here on the start. So we got Rogue, Jamie, Maniac. You can see that bottom line just gets a good jump here. You saw Maniac get a good run. He's almost up all the way up underneath Jamie in that 2nd position, but Rogue out in front. Jamie, Maniac, and Kyle now the top 4. It looks like Hayden back there in the 5th. I'm not sure who that was there in the 6th position, but they caught the wall pretty hard. So we got Rogue out in front. I think that's pretty much going to be the race right there. It's like watching a Formula 1 race. Oh, Jamie catches a tire. That piles up the cars behind him. But he's able to hold on to that 2nd position. Let's see if he can make up some ground here on Rogue. A little bit of compact. The Maniac also caught a tire back there. He fell back quite a ways. Let's see if we can change the views here. And get some different action. Jump over to the quad screen as well. You can see what's going on. Looks like GD kind of GD actually ran this race. He started to tag the field. So he started 12th. He's already up to 6th there on lap number 5. But right now out front it's Rogue and Jamie. Maniac here. He's sliding back through the field after some issues. And it looks like we've got Hayden has worked his way up into 3rd with Kyle, and Styles are the top 5. I see Adams back there and GD also up here into this fight here as he's working up into the 7th. He's going to slide. You can see that bottom right-hand corner of the screen. You can see GD working his way up underneath of, I don't know who the 19 car is there, but he's making his way to the front. I'll go with that. So it's still Rogue. There we go. It's a good view from Adams. Looking up towards the front. He's going to try to run that top line. You see GD down there in front of him. A little contact down there with Maniac and GD as GD works his way up underneath Spider-Man there. It looks like for about that 6th position, if I can count right. But you can see up towards the front. There's a really good view kind of looking up towards the front. I don't think Adams really wants to run that top groove where he's at, but he's kind of stuck up there. So here's Hayden, view from Hayden here in third. We'll jump over to the big screen here. So Rogue's got separating himself from the field here. He's got about looks like about a 15 half straightaway lead actually from Jamie there in second, Hayden here in third. Here we are on White Boy back to the middle of the field. There we go. We'll jump back over to the tri-screen so we can kind of see if GD's working his way up. He's worked his way up to 7th so far. Here we are on JNC. It looks like he's in about 5th. Spider-Man trying to work his way. He's here fighting it out with Maniac and Adams here for about, looks like about 8th or 9th. Good little fight here with Maniac, Spider, and White Boy right here. And Adams right there in the picture as well, all 4 cars. So as we were saying earlier before Jamie hit that tire, I think this race was going to come down like a Formula 1 race. Whoever gets to the turn number 1 first in the lead usually has the best shot, and I think that's exactly what happened here. Rogue got his way, made his way to the lead going into turn number 1. I don't think he's going to look back here unless we have a caution or a pileup or he accidentally hits a tire. He gifted us a win one night at, and ripped the lip at Fairbury, I think it was. Oh no, it was Limaland. He hit a tire, piled it up, gave us a win. We were pretty happy with that. Let's see if he does the same thing here for Jamie tonight. I don't think he really wants to, but you know, things do happen. So it's Rogue and Jamie, your top 2. And I think it's still Hayden there in third. We look over the view here from Kyle. You look up towards the front. This gives us a good view of who the hell is where. So it's Rogue, Jamie, Hayden. And that is Skewy there in that 4th position. Skewy catches that tire a little bit, and that's going to give Kyle a run up on him. Let's see if he can do anything. We look down at the bottom right hand corner of the screen and we see GD here fighting it out once again with, I got to figure who that 19 car is. I probably should know it. No, it's JNC. He's usually number 30. That's what's throwing me off. So JNC battling out here with GD here for that 6th and 7th position. I think GD's trying to get a little separation to see if he can run down the guys out in the front, but we were 22 laps down, only 18 laps to go. JNC giving him a good fight here. Let's see if we can get back up here to the front because it looks like we got a battle brewing here with... Oh, did I jinx Rogue? Rogue hit a tire there, but he's still leading the race. Didn't mean to give you the announcer's jinx there, Rogue. But he looks like he had a little bit of a mistake there, caught a tire, and he was far enough ahead to hold on to the lead. Let's see if we can find out. And Jamie's still about a half or straightaway behind, so it was a good thing he built up that lead and made a little mistake there, but he's still out in front. 15 laps left to go. Didn't mean to give the announcer's jinx there, buddy. Trying to find a good race to look at. There's a good show right here with JNC and GD. Finding out for about 6th or 7th, about 6th and 7th position here. It looks like GD's kind of established that 6th spot now. You look down at the bottom right hand corner. Rogue still here out in front. Jamie settled into 2nd. Hoping Rogue maybe can make another mistake. And it looks like, let's change the view where I can see it. So it's Hayden still up there in 3rd. Here we got a good fight here with Kyle and Styles for that 4th position. We'll stay on this for a bit. I've been kind of flipping around. Sorry if I gave you seasickness, but Kyle and Styles here going for that, fighting it out for full. Styles tries to squeeze it in there by that tire. I don't know how he didn't hit that tire. Maybe it's not even there on his screen, but Styles kind of leaning on that left rear quarter just a little bit there, Kyle. At least that's what it looks like on Kyle's screen. But if I had Styles view up, he's a half a car length away from him. This game has quite a bit of desync and lag in it, so what you see isn't always what the other guy sees. Kyle, you see that tire right there? On my screen, it's there. Kyle just drove right through it, so that kind of proves our point right there. But a good fight here for 3rd and 4th, for 4th and 5th, sorry, with Styles and Kyle. Let's see if we can get back up towards the front here, see what happened. We still got Rogue out leading us. We're back on this fight here with Kyle, Styles, and GD's now worked his way up here. We're lap 34 of 40. We got Hayden here in the 3rd position. As he's getting up into some traffic. Styles kind of falling back off that battle with GD. Looking at the bottom right, you see GD trying to work his way up on the Styles and Kyle. We'll see if we can get here to the front. Here we go. Rogue's got a pretty good separation. You can see by his screen, he's got a 7/10 of a second, or excuse me, 3.5 seconds. Oh, I didn't see what happened to Jamie. Jamie's now falling back to 3rd. As we were flipping around through things, watching some other battles. So it's actually Hayden now in second, but he's 3 seconds back of Rogue here. So it's Rogue out in front. Hayden, Jamie, Kyle, Style is your top 5. GD's worked his way up to 6. He was trying to get by there for that 3rd and 4th position, but it looks like he fell back a little bit. Trying to look at everything at once, but missing some things here and there. But you can see Rogue got a good lead here. He's 3-second lead over Hayden. I don't think he's going to do anything. We'll go on this battle for 2nd and 3rd. So we're on the last lap. We're coming up on the white flag right now as Rogue comes off at turn number 3. Coming for the white flag, 1 more to go. Looking for another win here in the WRS. Hayden up into 2nd, looking good for another podium. And Jamie here in 3rd. As they're coming for the checkered flag, Rogue's going to take the win. Hayden 2nd. Jamie 3rd. Kyle Stiles, your top 5. GD tagged this race in 12th. He's going to work his way up to 6th. And JNC is going to come home in 7th. White Boy 8th. Maniac 9th. Spidey with a top 10. Taking that 10th position. I didn't see who was further back than that, but a really good race there from WRS tonight here at Kokomo. They wrapped it up at Durango with Skewy taking the win there. Skewy didn't have a good run in the heat race and decided not to run the feature here at Kokomo, so he wasn't able to double up on back-to-back wins. So Rogue's going to take the win here. We jump back over to our points, and that's going to be Rogue's 2nd win in the WRS and his 4th win in the traveling series. So that's going to really help him move up towards the top of the points there in the traveling series. 12 cars tonight started. What do we have? I think we had like 14 or 15 started the race at Durango, and 12 started at Kokomo. You know, I guess guys get tired and they just can't race anymore, so they pack their stuff up and go home. So we will jump back over here to the studio. So really appreciate you guys being here tonight with us. If we had a good number of viewers tonight, I really appreciate it, guys. Well, we've been trying to bring you all these WRS races on Sunday nights at 10:15 Eastern. So again, Dirt Racing Sim News. If you're looking for a league to run, jump over in there. If you jump on the Discord, there should be a link in our profile here, or bio, whatever you want to call it here on the Twitch. You jump on over there to the Discord, and if you're looking for some races to run, we do a little broadcasting every once in a while. We do some racing ourselves. So Wednesday night, well, tomorrow night's going to be Rip the Lips portion of the traveling series, and they are running at, let's take a peek here real quick. They are running modifieds at Limaland and Diamond Grove. I don't know who put Diamond Grove on the schedule for this, but that'll be a pretty exciting race there. Limaland also real good. Limaland is definitely a 2-group track, and I've kind of seen Diamond Grove be 2 groups with the modifieds too, so it may be better than I expect, but you can run down the bottom, and I've seen you guys run up on the top, so both those tracks tomorrow night might bring some side-by-side racing with Rip the Lip. Not sure if we're going to be able to cover that one tomorrow night, but that's going to be at 10:15 Eastern for the second portion of week number 6 here for this traveling series. And then Wednesday night, we're going to be racing ourselves with the opening night of season 12 for the BCRL league we've been running in since early 2023. And we just finished up our 500th race in the league, so we're going to fire up Wednesday night with UMP Modifieds and Supers at Jacobs County, sorry. And then so we'll be here for that Wednesday night, and then again we'll hopefully be back here again next Sunday for week number 7 of the WRS. But really appreciate y'all being here, and we'll see you again next time. Thank you for stopping by.